Stay tuned for the Joan Quinn Profiles. Joan served the state of California as a member on the Arts Council and on the Film Commission. She was formerly on the Architectural Commission and fulfilled 2 terms on the Fine Arts Commission for the city of Beverly Hills. As an editor for Andy Warhol's Interview magazine, Condé Nast Publications, and the Hearst Corporation, Joan covered the world of fashion, the mysteries of food, the excitement of theater, and the international art scene. She continues to find people who are on the cutting edge of their professions. Here's Joan Quinn.
Hi, I'm Joan Quinn, and welcome to the Joan Quinn Profiles. We're taping here at the Hollywood Museum on Highland Avenue in the heart of Hollywood, and we're in the historic Max Factor building. Our guests are actress Tatiana De Khtyar and filmmaker Phillipe Muyl. Actress, writer, model Tatiana De Khtyar was born in St. Petersburg, Russia. She was raised by a single parent, she says. It was a single mother who did all the work, along with her grandparents. She had a creative streak growing up as she tried so many things, didn't you? Photography, ballet, singing, ice skating, and any type of sports that you could join into. So she loves telling stories, so along with her other skills, she's decided to be an actress. Was there any acting in your family?
No, not in my family per se, but when I was growing up and throughout my adult life, I ended up being put in front of the camera a lot.
As a model?
As a model, yes.
Yeah, because you're so tall.
Yeah, basically when they needed a model, appear in a TV show or, a commercial or something, they would come to our modeling agency and just ask my agent, which ones of you girls can act? And I would be always the one pushed out, like, this one can act. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Had you taken acting lessons?
Yes, I have. I went to Film, which is one of the most prestigious studios in Russia. It's almost like Warner Brothers in Russia. There's Film and Film.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah.
Film, yeah.
Yeah, and Film is located in St. Petersburg. Film is in Moscow. So I took some classes there, and I took some, I got some training later on here in the United States.
When did you come to the United States?
A few years back, and
where did you go?
I kind of traveled for a while because when I first came out here, I didn't actually set intention to stay here.
Ah.
Yeah, so I was kind of like traveling, like I went to New York, I went to Miami, I went to Hawaii,
Were you working? Were you modeling then?
You know what? My first trip, I was still working. It was a business visa. And then I just kind of continued coming here because I had time and, I had a visa, and I decided I'm just going to explore, because United States always intrigued me as a country of possibility. I was wondering, like, how do those people make it there? Like, it seems like a country of hardworking people who are all, like, very driven, very, like success, solution-oriented minds, So, like, I always kind of got inspired by that.
You tried all kinds of things growing up. Was there music? Did you sing? Did you dance?
Yes.
Was there music in your family?
Yes, my family is very music-oriented. My father used to play guitar. My mom used to sing and dance and play the piano. And,
and your grandparents?
My grandmother loved dancing, singing. Like she was such a alive, like amazing spirit. She continued dancing throughout, her entire life. Yeah, but I took some ballet when I was a kid. I took various, dancing classes. But being a free spirit that I am, I really like to just freestyle.
Everything. You like photography. You study photography, right?
Yes, I kind of like staying, like as a freelancer, like having this freedom to express myself. And
well, one of the things that you couldn't go out and do without training was being a physical therapist.
Yes.
And so you had to take training for that, right?
Yes.
And you managed to get through that and become a licensed therapist.
Yes, I became a certified massage technician, and I trained in Reiki healing.
Do you still do that?
Yeah, Reiki I do pretty much everywhere I go. I
On
heal,
people?
yes, on myself, on other people. Sometimes some of my friends will be like, "I'm having a headache. Can you please give me some Reiki?" You know,
And so
like,
what do you do? Just use your...
well, usually you have to kind of like be in a good state of mind yourself and be a clear channel. So basically what you need to do, you need to kind of ground your energy. That's the first thing that you do. You don't want to mess with people's energy. You don't want them to mix. You're there to provide the safe space for healing. You don't really heal. We don't like to use that term. You know, you create the space for it. You know, so and then I kind of like to warm up my hands a little bit to get the energy
Is
going.
that why people do that?
Yeah, because like you kind of warm them up because like you have like chakras, you know, they open up here, and I channel through my hands mostly. Like I noticed throughout my experience that different people do it different ways, but mine goes in waves, and you can kind of feel like this like tingling, you know, like a warm sensation,
Can
like
you
energy
feel
like
it?
coming into you, you know.
That's fantastic. Have you used it on your friends in acting class and
Yes.
the improv? Because I know you went to improv classes.
I did. You know what? I had a really weird situation that I found myself in. I was in the acting class, and one of my fellow actors, like really sweet girl, she had allergies to something, and she kept sneezing. And we were working on the scene together, and I was like, I was feeling for her. I was like, can I help you in any way? She's like, nah, it's allergies. I don't know what to do. I'm like, can I try something? Because I don't know if it's going to work. I never tried it with people with allergies, you know. But I was like, can I try something real quick? It's going to look weird. She's like, okay. I just want to stop sneezing, so do whatever you need to do. I'm like, well, go like this with your hands and close your eyes. So we're like in the middle of the class, and there's a lot of people around us. Yeah, there's a lot of people around us.
They think this is part of the act, I wonder.
No, they figured it out. The teacher figured it out because, like I don't know, like how much time passed by. Probably like 40 seconds. So we're sitting like this. She's like this, and I'm with my hands over hers, and our eyes are closed, and I'm channeling, and we're like kind of just like sitting there like this, like in silence. And everybody else is working on something, and the teacher's coming over, and she's like looking at us for a while, and she's like, "You two having fun?" And I open up my eyes and I look at her. She's like, "Whatever you're doing looks weird. I'm not judging, but you two need to be doing something else. You need a scene to work on. You have a scene to work on. Yeah,
this is the scene."
Yeah, and then we were like, okay, we're gonna wrap this up. But it helped.
Did it help?
She stopped sneezing. Yeah.
And then then you went on to do your improv. You worked a lot at improv.
I did. I took 3 courses of improv. I took it to the advanced level, and oh my God, that was one of the best things that happened to me. Improv taught me so much, and not just about acting. It helped me develop myself as a human being, because first things that they teach you is always agreement.
Oh.
As soon as you disagree, boom, you stop the energy flow.
That's part of the improv teaching?
Yeah, it's part of the improv teaching. Like, you can't do improv unless you disagree. And few days into the class, you already realize that improv basically is the same thing as life. Life is improv. We
That's
improvise all
really
the time.
interesting, because people talk off of each other, right? And that's what improv teaches you. You have to continue from what your partner's saying to you or doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's always yes and, not no but. You know, like it's always a yes and agreement.
So I think you took this group that you learned at improv into this super spy thing that you're doing?
Not exactly.
What is this super spy for the
Super
web?
spy thing is a project that I'm very, very excited about. I'm working with Bat in the Sun, which is a company that has successfully created a kind of like a fan web show that is very, very popular online. You can look it up. It's called Superpower Beatdown. And what they do is they take superheroes from different superhero universes, for example, Marvel versus DC, and they, you know, create a situation where those superheroes can have a fight in order to find out which one is the strongest one. Yeah. So basically, you know, like fans, they love it. You know, like where else can you see, for example, Superman fighting Thor, or Batman fighting
so
Darth
you can
Vader?
go online and see that?
You can, yeah, you can go online, look up Bat in the Sun and Superpower Beatdown, and the one that I'm participating in is first in the history of the show to ever bring two
women.
women.
And who
Yeah.
are you? Who are the women? What is your name?
So I am playing Natasha Romanov, who is a
Natasha
Russian,
Romanov?
Yes, that's right. Russian super spy. She's part of the Avengers. Yes.
And who are you fighting against?
And I'm fighting against Harley Quinn, which is a really interesting matchup because they have a lot of similarities because they're both enhanced in terms of like they both got some sort of like a super serum to give them, you know, enhanced strength, agility. They're both resistant to toxins.
So all of this tomboy stuff that you did when you were a kid, all the climbing trees and roller skating and ice skating and what else did you? Baseball, football, whatever, is coming to light now as a superhero.
Yeah, I still do it. I get paid for it now.
That's great. Oh, we're so glad that you came to talk to us today.
Thank you so much.
And keep flying around with your superpower, Natasha Romanov.
Always.
No, let me call you Tatiana De Khtyar.
Thank you so much.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with filmmaker Phillipe Muyl. Hi, I'm Joan Quinn, and welcome back to the Joan Quinn Profiles. We're taping here at the Hollywood Museum, and I'm with writer, director, filmmaker Phillipe Muyl, who graduated with a degree in philosophy, studied graphic arts in Belgium, and went on to the School of Advertising in Paris, France, where he was born. He worked as an art director in a big advertising firm and as head of advertising at a weekly newspaper. He's made industrial and commercial films, short films, and features. But did all this help? Philosophy, advertising, did it all help you when you made Nightingale?
I guess I don't know, because I used to say I forgot everything.
Oh, you forgot the advertising?
I forgot everything. I forgot. I don't know how to draw. I don't know. No, I forgot a lot, but maybe I didn't forget everything.
You forgot to draw, you're saying?
Yes, I don't know how to. I don't know how to draw anymore. It's finished, but I think there is something behind in my mind. I don't know.
Nightingale is one of the films that's up for a foreign feature of the Academy Awards for 2015. And it's quite prestigious to be here in Hollywood with this film.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese film. You're
Yes.
French. What
Yes.
happened?
Yes. It's a long yes, it's a long story, because I wasn't supposed to make a Chinese movie. It wasn't in my intention. But in 2009, I went to a film festival in Beijing to present a movie I made, and I met two young Chinese producers. And in China, 12 years before, I made a French movie called The Butterfly, and this movie is very well known in China.
It was very big. The Butterfly. I was going to ask you about
Butterfly is very
that.
famous in China, so they know me. And,
I see. So you were a big star when you came
no,
in.
I'm not a big star. The movie is a big star, but I'm not a big star. And also 2 years before, in 2007, there was France and China signed an agreement to co-produce movie together, between China and France.
You mean to Butterfly?
No.
Oh,
No,
the
no,
new film.
yeah.
The new film,
No,
Nightingale.
you know, it's a agreement between two countries
I see.
for the co-production, and because of that, because of the Butterfly, and because of this agreement, and because I met these two people in 2009, we had the idea of going into this crazy project, a Chinese movie made by a French director.
Right, and entered in the foreign films as a Chinese film,
Yes,
right?
it's a very big surprise because okay, it's at the beginning it's really a small movie. It's a independent production. There is no movie. There is no money coming from the Chinese government. There is
Nothing?
no money coming from the French government, and it's a small movie. And for 3 years after the beginning of this movie, the movie is finished, and the Chinese committee, they chose the movie to go into the Oscar
The
race.
Chinese committee did it.
Yes,
They
I don't know,
chose-
because there is an office called SAFT. This is a cinema office in China. We don't know exactly who is in the
Oh,
in the
it's like
office.
the secret.
It's more or less. We don't know. We don't know who chose the movie for the competition. We don't know. We didn't get we make any lobbying.
So it wasn't political in any way. They just looked at movies and chose it. The secret ballot.
Yes, in a way, yes. But I think it's okay for tourism. I think for two reasons. They chose the movie for two reasons. First, because it's a international co-production, which is good for Chinese industry now. They want to say to all the countries that we are able to make a
Films.
co-production with you, and this is a reason. And the second reason is it's a good movie for China because we show in the movie some beautiful things about China.
Beautiful,
It's not-
beautiful. But even in the big cities,
Yeah.
when you shoot the big cities and the apartments and the architecture and the movement
Yeah.
in the streets,
Yeah.
it's very exciting. It gets like really high energy.
Yeah.
And then you go to the country
Yeah, yeah,
and it's soft
Yeah.
and serene and
Yeah.
beautiful. It's such a dichotomy.
yeah. I spent a lot of time in China. I spent almost 2 years.
You mean after you decided to make it,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
just move there?
I began to travel a lot in China. I began to study Mandarin because I wanted to be able to say something in Chinese, in Mandarin.
But you didn't direct in Mandarin,
No,
did
no,
you?
no.
What did you
No, no.
direct in? French?
No, I had the first AD who was from Hong Kong. He spoke English and Cantonese, but he spoke English.
Oh, the
I,
actor, the lead actor?
The first AD, no, the first assistant.
Oh, your assistant.
The first AD and the second AD
I got
was
it.
Chinese.
Oh.
He spoke French, but okay, and spent a lot of time. And what I show in the movie. It's what I saw in China. This is you have such beautiful big cities like that. I know Beijing. Beijing is not the beautiful because Beijing. What we saw on the TV is true. There is a lot of pollution in Beijing.
You didn't show any pollution in your
No,
film.
because I don't like to show it. But this is not the style of my movie. I wanted to show some beautiful things.
It was very
I don't
clean.
like to show ugly things. I'm like that. I don't know why, but
I think it goes back to your art directing.
I
And
think
when you were art directing and you came into the 70s, you said that there was a broadcast came into thing, and your whole path changed. So you went into filming, and I think the way you've approached this film is like from your background.
because I like to see beautiful things.
I could see that you were, I mean, from your camera, you were looking at really lovely, the actors were beautiful,
Yeah.
handsome.
Yes, they are beautiful and they are very good. I've been very lucky to find these 4 actors. The old man.
The old man
is
was
very
wonderful.
well known in China, very famous in China. The parents, the woman and her husband, they are perfect. And
The
little
young
girl-
man,
and the little girl too.
little girl was
the
great.
little girl is
But they were like very ambitious couple. Husband
yeah.
and wife is the
Yeah,
story. Very
yeah.
ambitious, always busy.
Yes.
Is that how life
Yeah,
is for
yeah.
Chinese?
Yes, yes.
And they only had one child. So there was
Yes.
this law about
since,
one
since
child.
now, because it's going to change a little bit. Some people know they have the right to have two children, but and yes, there are a lot of people like that. They work a lot, they travel a lot, they fight a lot to make money, more and more money. This is I would say it's a kind of problem in China because they always think about money.
And being successful, it looked like, right?
Yes, okay. I can understand because it's it's a old country, very old country, but it's also a young country. Since 30 years, everything changed in China.
So much.
Very fast, very fast. So, and they want to go to get things.
But that's how the feeling of the movie is. Very fast, very fast. I got that very fast. And you have to shift gears to go to the old
Yes.
with the grandfather
Yes.
and go into this old village
Yeah.
where he was.
Yeah.
Did you film in the villages?
Yes, I went to a lot of places, a lot of locations. The south of China, the movie, the shooting was in a province called Guangxi, which is the south of China. And we went to another province called Yunnan. But you can spend in China, it's so big, you can spend 3 years traveling.
The one thing, I think it's very gutsy for a French filmmaker to come in because the Chinese have always made wonderful films. They have great actors in their film industry.
They used to make some famous, very beautiful,
Those big ones.
very beautiful movies. They still have some very talented directors, but I would say maybe the generation before the last one, because now with young directors it's less. It's not easy for me to do that because it's less good now. I think so.
So we're talking about
because
the
every time I meet young directors in China, I say, okay, don't be so in a hurry to make a movie, to make a lot of money.
Oh, they're the same way.
Yeah,
Every industry.
Keep quiet, try to make a good movie slowly, and the movie, the next one, better than the first one.
I see.
Okay, don't think too much about money, but think a lot about money.
Tell me the story. Tell our audience the story of Nightingale.
The story, the story. It's a story about it's an old man, a grandfather who left his small village from the south of China 18 years ago with his son because he wanted his son to go to the university. And when he left, his wife gave him a bird, and he made a promise to come back to his village with the bird after the son has finished his university.
And he sacrificed for the son to go to university,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. But his wife died, and he stayed in Beijing, and now the bird is 18 years old. It's very old for the bird, but it's possible. And he decided before it's too late to go back to his village. And for some reason, he has to make this trip with his granddaughter, which is a very spoiled little girl. Yes,
she was a brat.
Yeah, yes, it's insupportable.
But I kind of also think that the son who went to the university was spoiled too by his parents.
Yeah, because there was a problem before with the grandfather and his son.
Yes.
But it's a problem for the screenplay about writing the screenplay.
Did you write it?
I wrote the screenplay, but it's a problem because in France, it's the same case in USA. If there are a problem between a father and his son, they are able to fight, to discuss, to shout.
Yeah.
Okay. In China, it's impossible.
Oh,
everybody is it's silent.
Oh.
It's
they shut
like
each
that.
other out.
They don't speak about it.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So that's how you had to write it? with that in mind.
Yeah.
And but it followed through very well because the acting, the directing, everything about that film was incredible. Did you follow in the footsteps of Butterfly? Was that the same kind of story?
It's not the same. It's the same style of movie, but it's not the same story. The common point between these two films is in these two films there is old man and a little girl.
In both films?
Yes.
But Butterfly was made in France?
In France, yes.
I see.
Yeah. But the story of Nightingale is totally different. Yeah.
Did you have an inspiration from the Butterfly? Was it like a follow through?
No.
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 Totally separate?
We had at the beginning we had the idea of making a remake of Butterfly, but I decided no, I don't want to make the same movie. Okay, I'm okay to keep one thing, which is Old Man and the Little Girl.
I see.
But I want to write something very different. Yeah.
And has it played in Beijing? Has it played in China?
Yes.
How's it accepted?
It's good. The people they like the movie, but we are a little bit disappointed about the box office because China is a very tough market.
Is it?
Yeah, the audience is very young. It's between 18 and 30 years.
So they like action.
They like action. They like 3D movie. They like kung fu movies. Okay, it's not easy.
That's interesting. About something like that. But what about here? It was very well accepted to the Academy, and people who have seen it really appreciate the fact of your filmmaking and your writing. Oh, before we leave, I want to talk about the music. The music was fantastic. Amor?
Armand Amar, yes.
Amar?
Yes.
Armand Amar?
Yes, he's a French composer, well known, very well known. He made a lot of music for films. And he knows very well music from all around the world. He has a big studio with a lot of instruments, you say?
Is he in France?
In France, yes.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
So did you work closely? Because you wrote one of the songs too. Or did you write something?
No, it was, at the beginning there was a song, but there is not the credits. Well, it was supposed to have a song at the end of the movie, but I wrote the song, but we didn't record it.
You wrote it?
But yes,
With him?
I worked with him very, very closely. Yes. And his music is very fun, very elegant, very subtle, it's beautiful.
Really added so much to the film.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And I thank you so much for coming, because I know you're just visiting Hollywood, and here you are in the Hollywood Museum. We're happy to have you here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Philippe?
Thank you. Merci.
Say it for me, your last name.
Phillipe Muyl.
Muyl. Thanks for watching. Keep writing to JAQUINN1 at AOL.com. See you next time.